Alternate Shadows are proud to present Guilty by Brian Walsh.
Jesus, what happened? Oh, Jesus, please, no, Jesus, what happened?
I don't know. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know. Christ, no. Oh, make this go away. Please make this go away. I mean, where are they? Can you see them?
No, I can't, oh no, oh God, no.
Dear Tom, I don't know why I go back there every year. It doesn't bring you back. It doesn't bring me forward. But it's something I have to do. Something that, though it can never bring you back, holds you, or indeed us, in one precise moment in time. It was the last night I was with you. The last night I talked to you. The last night I touched you. The last night I screamed at you. The earlier part of the night has been great. We've been out with friends and family.
Okay, Emma, how many pharmacists does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, Eamon.
3, 2 in the morning, and 1 just before bedtime. How many historians does it take to change a light bulb?
Don't know.
2, 1 to change a light bulb, and another to say he preferred it the old way, then change it back again. Right, I must go to the gents. If I don't come back, I just want you to know you've been a great audience.
I will never see what it is that you find so funny about him, Emma.
Oh, Tom, he's funny.
So you say, but I don't get it. I don't get him.
I know you don't. I know you don't get him, Tom. But I find him funny.
Do you find me funny?
Of course I do. You're very funny. Especially when we're making love.
Oh, that's just great.
I'm joking, Tom. It's a joke.
Was it?
Why is it that whenever we go out with Eamon, that you become this very serious person? You get all moody and unsure of yourself. I don't understand it.
I just don't like the guy. Okay, I don't trust him, and I don't like his sense of humour.
I know, and that's fine. But I do like his sense of humour. And to the best of my recollection, when we got married, I made no promises about taking on your sense of humour and abandoning all others.
Well, if we ever renew our marriage vows, I'm going to have to put that in.
You never understood my relationship with Eamon. I never fancied him. I just enjoyed his sense of humour. But you felt threatened by that. You felt that it was the one part of me that was beyond you. But it wasn't, not really. Anyway, you relaxed a bit when Eamon left. But then we left soon after and things just went downhill from there. Where are you going, Tom?
I'm going to the car.
You're not driving, you've been drinking.
I only had a couple.
A couple is enough, more than enough. You're not driving. We can walk. It's only up the road. We'll be home in no time.
But it's cold and I don't have a coat.
It's not that cold. Look, we'll be home soon if we start walking now.
But the car is just here.
Arrive alive, have none for the road, don't be part of next month's numbers.
Okay, we'll walk then. But if I get cold, I'm blaming you.
Well, if you walk quickly, you won't get cold. You never got a cold. You never got a chance to get a cold. We were halfway home when it came round the corner. It was a black Ford Fiesta. You never saw that. You had your back to it. There are things I remember, and things I forget. I remember the red dress. That bloody red dress. I remember it all right. There were 2 of them in the car. The driver, a man, and a woman in a red dress. I feel sick every time I think of that dress. I got sick when I saw it. I vomited on the side of the road. It wasn't the dress, it was me. I looked at it, and with you lifeless on the ground, I looked at the red dress, and in my stupid head, I thought what a pretty red dress it was. Imagine that. That's what I prioritised. You were dead, and all I could think of was how pretty her dress was. I remember the red dress. I can't forget it, even though I never saw her again. She wasn't at the court hearing. No, I never saw her again. But her red dress is ingrained in the darkest recesses of my mind. Even now, 6 years after the event. 6 years! And this year, as every other year, I went back to that spot beside that road. You.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should go.
Why? Why are you here?
I don't know. I just thought. I just felt that I should come. I never thought that.
Thought that I'd be here.
No. Oh, I mean, if I'd thought that, I would never have come. Never.
Why?
Because I wouldn't want to upset you.
Upset me? You wouldn't want to upset me. You killed my husband. I think we can take it as read that you've upset me.
Sorry.
Barry, isn't it?
Yeah.
You never said sorry.
What?
At the court hearing, you never said sorry. I remember that. The judge made a comment about it.
I wanted to.
You wanted to?
Well, of course. I wanted to, but my solicitor told me not to. Or at least he told me not to say sorry until I'd pleaded guilty.
Okay, I get that. You could have said it after you pleaded guilty then, couldn't you?
Yeah, I guess I could have, but it didn't seem right.
Didn't seem right to apologise.
This is going to sound so stupid. So stupid, but at the time, in the court with you there and your family around, it just felt like me saying sorry would have been, I don't know, self-serving. Do you understand?
No, I don't. An apology's an apology, isn't it?
I suppose it is, but I just thought that if I apologised, then it would have appeared that I was only doing it to get an easier sentence.
And would it have been?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't be sure, so that's why...
You could have written. Afterwards?
I did. Well, I started to, and then I couldn't. It seems simple, and I suppose it is simple. But when you start to write about it, well, that's when it becomes complicated. You write a sentence that makes sense to you, but when you read it again and again, it doesn't convey what you thought it should. You become confused, and then you find yourself thinking about other things you should have done, things you should have said.
I don't know why I wanted him to apologise so much. I was annoyed he hadn't, and people told me that he must have felt really bad about it all, but that didn't help me. Someone said he might write to me. When I waited, but it never happened. That annoyed me too. An apology from him. What good was that going to do? Tell me what happened that night.
Oh, God. I don't like going back there. I mean, it's not a nice place.
But you came back here tonight, 6 years to the day.
Yeah, I know, but I came back to physically be here and not to, I don't know. Anyway, you were at the court. You heard it then.
I heard someone in a wig tell someone else in a wig what happened. I didn't hear you.
Still the same story with the same ending.
Well, I'd like to hear it from you. You never know. It might help you as well.
I doubt it.
Well, it would help me. And given that you didn't say sorry, I think...
What do you want me to say?
Just tell me what happened. Where were you? What were you doing?
We were at a party in a house. A house party. It was my cousin's birthday. Are you sure you want to hear all this?
Yes.
We arrived about 9. Weren't going to stay late because I had work in the morning. It was just before I went... Well, when we... I'd had a few drinks. Only a few, just a few.
And?
I shouldn't have. I know that now. I shouldn't have, but I got into the car. And do you know why? Do you know why I got into that car? Because I heard someone saying there was a half an hour wait for a taxi. Half an hour. Where would I be now if I'd waited half an hour?
Did she say anything?
Who?
The woman. The woman who was with you.
Her. My girlfriend. Well, my ex-girlfriend. Did she say anything? I don't understand.
Did she say anything about you driving while you were drunk?
I wasn't drunk. Sorry. I don't know why I'm saying that to you. What difference does that make to you? I mean, it means something to me, but it changes nothing for you.
Did she say anything to you about not driving because you'd drank too much?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't recall her saying anything. She just wanted to get home.
I pleaded with Tom not to drive. I quoted all the ads at him. I stopped him. If I'd let him drive, or your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, had stopped you, we wouldn't be here now.
Yeah.
And then?
Are you sure you want to hear this?
No, I'm not sure. But I want you to go on.
I don't know. I was driving along. Maybe it was the drink. Maybe it was me. I don't know. I was going pretty fast. Too fast. And I came around the corner and I lost it.
She had a red dress on, I remember that.
Huh?
Your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, she had a red dress on that night, I remember that.
Did she? She had a lot of dresses. I don't remember that one.
I can't forget it.
I remember you at the court. You were very... I'm not sure if this is right. Very dignified.
Was I? I didn't feel very dignified. What I was thinking wasn't very dignified.
Sure, but I suppose I expected...
That I would tear you limb from limb.
Yeah.
So, because I didn't tear you limb from limb, I was very dignified.
Well, not just that. You were...
I couldn't look at you. I couldn't dare look at you.
Yeah, I can get that.
Did you look at me?
No, I couldn't.
Strange, because everybody else was looking at me. I could see that. I could see all the furtive glances in my direction. But I never looked at anybody in the eye. Not anybody.
Nor me. I could feel people looking at me, but I couldn't look at them except...
Except what?
Except the judge. I looked at him as he passed the sentence.
Why?
I don't know. Defiance? Hope? Fear? Guilt?
Do you know what the judge said after you left?
No. What?
Nothing about you. I mean, do you know what the next thing he dealt with was?
No.
Somebody wanted to be allowed to serve drink at a children's party.
Really?
I couldn't believe it.
Life goes on.
Does it?
Sorry. That was crass. Listen, I should go. I shouldn't be here. I'm really sorry. Sorry for everything.
Why are you here?
I'm not sure. I try not to, but it pulls me back.
Have you been here before?
Yeah, a few times, but never on the day of the
Anniversary.
accident.
But why?
Well, why am I here?
Yes, why are you here?
I don't know. I guess it's the same reason you're here. My life, and I suspect your life, changed forever. 6 years ago, at this spot, around this time. I guess it's just fortunate.
One life lost, 2 lives ruined, and 3 years in jail. Does that sum it up? Is that life and death in a mathematical equation? Had you ignored my heartfelt pleas not to drive, or his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend said to him that he should not drive, would the consequences of those 2 contrasting decisions have avoided each other on the side of the road that night? But that's not the whole story, is it?
Look, I should go and leave you in... well, I don't know.
Peace? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, I can really pick 'em, can't I?
It's okay. If you want to go, go, but I'm not asking you to go.
Do you want me to stay?
I want you to do what you wanted to do when you came here. What were you planning to do?
Stand and stare. Pretty good at that of late. I can spend hours standing and staring. Anywhere. And at anything.
Me too. I find myself staring out to sea a lot. Just staring. Especially if it's a misty day. I just stare into it. As if I'm hoping there's a new world, a new reality, a new truth beyond the mist. And if I stare long enough at it, it will reveal itself to me.
I just stare. No new world. No new reality. No new truth. Just the harshness of an old world.
So that's what you would have done here? Stand and stare?
What else can I do?
Not a lot.
What about you? What do you do when you come here?
Stand and stare, think and cry. Ask myself if I could have done something.
Well, what could you have done?
I shouldn't have, I don't know.
Look, you can't blame yourself. You did the right thing. You did what I should have done.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe I could have done something or not done something, I don't know.
Look, it was my fault. I caused it. You did nothing, right?
Yeah, I did nothing.
Yes, you did nothing.
What was it like?
What was what like?
Jail.
Jail. Well, it was what it was.
It couldn't have been nice.
No, it definitely wasn't nice, but it's done now.
I did think about you in jail. It wasn't nice.
I mean, you thought about me in jail. I mean, I thought you'd be delighted to know that I was in jail.
Some people were. My brother was. Tom's sister was. But I wasn't. I couldn't. It didn't seem right.
I'm amazed. But yeah, I'm not surprised either. I mean, as I said, you appeared really dignified in the court. I mean, I asked my sister afterwards how you were, and she said you barely said a word to anybody. You just sat there taking it all in.
We all live in our own worlds, with our own actions, our own thoughts, our own reality.
Yeah, but even so, if it was the other way around, I'm not sure I would have been like that. I mean, I would have wanted me to rot in hell.
Did you get used to it?
Jail? No, at least I don't think so. Well, maybe I did in some sort of way, but I don't know. I never seemed to get used to it when I was there. I don't seem to have got used to it now that I'm out. Well, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think I should surrender my life to make up for his.
You don't mean...
No, I don't mean surrender my life as in end it. I mean not do anything with my life as a sort of punishment.
A sort of living suicide.
Well, something like that. I kept thinking of that song. You know, the one about suicide being painless. And I thought, no, I can't do that. That wouldn't be fair.
God, I assumed that when you got out of jail that you just got on with your life, put it all behind you, served your punishment, and that was that.
No, that's why I'm here. I can't get away from here.
Me neither.
You lived around here, didn't you?
Yeah, up the road. Still do.
Really? I'd have thought you'd have moved somewhere else. Moved away from here, moved away from this place.
Couldn't move. I felt like I had to stay here.
God, that's brave. I think I would have moved away as soon as I could.
Brave? I can't tell the difference between being brave and being a coward anymore. Sometimes I think I stayed because I was being very brave, and sometimes I think I didn't move away because I was too much of a coward. I was too scared to leave here, too afraid that if I left, I would forget it all.
Don't you want to, well, forget it?
No, I don't want to forget it. I can't allow myself to forget it.
I suppose I want to forget it, but I can't. And you need to remember it.
Yeah.
What was he like, Tom?
He was lovely, kind, considerate, funny. He would talk to anyone and was interested in everything and everybody. Are you all right?
I'm sorry. It's just when you hear about somebody and you realise what they are, or what they were, and you realise what they could have been, and what they could have brought, and you think that you... Well, I took him away from the world. I took him away from everybody. I stopped other people from having the chance to, I don't know, be with him or enjoy him. Well, you feel...
It wasn't your fault.
Well, of course it was. It was all my stupid fault.
No, it wasn't.
Well, if it wasn't, whose fault was it if it wasn't mine?
Chaos. It was the fault of chaos. The chaos of the world that allows things to happen. Lots of things. Lots of unrelated things that happen and then collide together here at this spot. And other spots like it.
Do you think that? I mean, do you really think that?
Sometimes. Sometimes I think we're all responsible. Sometimes I think you're responsible. Sometimes I think he was responsible. Sometimes I think... Oh, I don't know what to think.
No, nor me.
Anyway, I think I better get home.
Yeah, sure. Do you have a car?
No, I walked. My house is just down the road.
You walked?
Yeah, funny. I told a friend of mine I was going to walk here, and she said to me to be careful, that this stretch of road is very dangerous. Don't think she even understood what she said. I know this stretch of road is dangerous. That's the very reason I'm here.
I mean, I could give you a lift in my car.
In your car?
Yeah, it's not the... I mean, I only got it last year. Only if you want to live. I mean, it's cold, but it's up to you.
Last year? You got it last year?
Yeah, last year.
All right then. Thanks. He drove me home, Tom, and then I asked him if he wanted to come in for a cup of tea. I just asked him if he wanted to come in for a cup of tea. It just came out. I didn't think about it. I just thought it was the right thing to do. I don't even know if I meant to ask him. He said yes. I don't think he meant to say yes. I think it just slipped out of him. I think he regretted saying yes the second he said it. But he came in anyway.
It's a nice house.
Thanks. We decorated it together. Tom and I.
It's very nice, very tasteful.
I'm afraid I did a Miss Havisham on it.
Miss Havisham?
Great Expectations. Did you do it at school?
No.
She's a character in it. I can barely remember now, but I think her husband, or her husband-to-be, ran off on the day they were meant to get married with something or somebody and left her at the altar. And then she lived on, changing nothing. Her life was frozen in that moment in time.
So you've changed nothing?
Not a thing. Well, the fridge is new, of course. The old one broke down. And the paint on the hallway there is different. But that's about it. So am I brave or am I a coward?
Nothing changes, and yet everything changes.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I haven't moved away and I haven't changed the decor in the house. But I'm still living life, just not the way I planned. I still go on holidays with my friends. I still go out to parties and to the cinema. I still go. We had a cup of tea. He asked me about holidays, where I'd been, that sort of thing. I showed him some photos of the places I've been in the last few years. God, I fancy a drink. I have a bottle of wine over there. Here it is. Would you like some?
I probably shouldn't.
Well,
I don't know. Thanks.
cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
It's nice wine from Abruzzo in Italy. I was there with a couple of friends 2 years ago. Very unspoilt. It felt like we had the place to ourselves. Anyway, I drank this, loved it. Of course, it's never the same when you drink the same wine on a damp day in England, having drunk it on a gloriously sunny day on holiday in Italy.
Abruzzo? Really? I mean, I was there a year ago, but yeah, I mean, it was lovely.
Who did you go with?
Oh, just some friends. A friend of mine, his parents had a house there, so he suggested we should all go.
Sounds great. Where was it, the house?
Let me think. Where was it? Yeah, it was just outside Oratonia.
Ortona?
Oh, yeah, that's it, Ortona.
Really? We spent 3 days in Ortona.
Really? I mean, that's amazing. I mean, Ortona, amazing.
Yes, spooky.
Of all the gin joints in the world, you had to walk into mine. Did you go to church with the friends from the family? What are they called now?
We talked and talked. I opened another bottle of wine. We sat on the settee and looked at pictures of the past. The past when we were carefree and the past when we were not. I didn't mean for it to happen, Tom, I swear. It wasn't meant to happen. We just got closer. Physically and psychologically. We hardly knew each other, but there was a bond between us. Something that connected us. Something that only we understood. We lay in your bed, Tom. Our bed. And we made love. I cried afterwards for ages and ages. Why? Why did I have sex with him? Why did I cry? He hadn't a clue. But I knew. And so do you. The last night I screamed at you.
I don't like him, you know.
Who?
Oh, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Not this again, Tom.
Look, I'm sorry. I try my best to like him, but I don't. I just don't like him. It's a free country, and I can like and dislike whomever I like. It's my right.
Fine. Dislike him if you want, but I like him. And as you so eloquently put it, that is my right.
Fine. Like him if you like.
Well, I do.
Oh, careful. There's another car coming.
Why don't you like him?
I just don't. Isn't that enough?
It's enough if that's all there is. But is there more? I'd like to know. And it sounds like there is more.
I just don't...
Don't what?
I don't trust him.
Why? Has he asked you to invest money in some business venture?
It's not that sort of trust.
Well, what is it then?
It's... Oh, it's that... It's that... Look, I just don't trust him.
What is it? Why don't you trust him? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know what you're saying. I get it now. You don't trust him with me.
Well, maybe, yeah. I don't trust him with you, that's probably it.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't trust him with me, then it follows that you don't trust me with him.
I didn't say that.
But it's what you meant. It's really what you meant. Because when you think about it, nothing would give you better satisfaction than seeing Eamon trying to get off with me and watching me saying, get lost to him, which I would, by the way. So if you're saying that you don't trust him, what you're actually saying, or what you're actually afraid of, is that I would not say get lost, but would in fact be delighted.
Well,
Well, what?
would you be?
Would I be what?
Delighted.
Jesus, Tom. Is that what you think? Is that really what you think? Do you seriously think if Eamon came on to me that I would say yes?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just scared that you would.
Have you seen me at any stage give him any encouragement?
Well, I don't know.
Did you just say?
I don't know. Maybe I'm being paranoid, but I don't know. I'm not with you all the time.
What are you saying, Tom? What are you saying?
I'm saying that... I don't know. I don't...
Well, I know. I know what you're saying. I don't believe this. I really don't believe this. You are asking me in a very roundabout way if I slept with Eamon. Isn't that it? Well, isn't it? Isn't that what you're asking me?
No, that's not it.
Oh, come on, Tom. What did you say? I can't be with you all the time.
That's not what I said.
It's close enough. And it's clear what you meant.
I didn't mean anything by it.
What? You meant nothing when you said you can't be with me all the time. So you can't tell what I might be up to with Eamon, or anyone else for that matter. That meant nothing.
Look, can we talk about this another time?
Tom, you have accused me of sleeping with Eamon. You can't just blurt that out and expect us to carry on walking home, talking about what a great night it was and how good the band were. That's not the way life is. Actions have consequences.
Yeah, all right. Stop. I take it all back, okay? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's great. That makes it all right. You accuse your wife of sleeping with someone and then you think it's all fine because you take it back. No, Tom, that does not make it all right. That is so typical of you. So bloody typical. Oh, I'm so angry with you right now.
Yeah, angry or guilty?
How dare you? How dare you? How can you say such a thing? Who do you think you are? What right have you?
No, careful, Emma, there's a car coming.
I don't care. I don't care what's coming.
Oh, Jesus, Emma, watch out. Stop it, Emma, please. You're scaring me.
Tom! Tom! Oh, Jesus Christ, no, please, Tom! 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 Tom!
I didn't push you very hard. I didn't push you onto the road. I pushed you to the edge of the hard shoulder. Pushed you to your death. The edge of the hard shoulder. The edge of life and death. The edge of innocence and guilt. I never said what happened to anybody. Never could. I was caught, you see, Tom, between telling the world that I was responsible for your death and telling the world that you thought I'd slept with Eamon. Anyway, Barry admitted he was responsible at the scene. said he'd been speeding and admitted he'd been drinking. The story seemed to be written already. The future seemed to be writing itself, and it didn't want me to mess it up. Everyone had the story they wanted. Poor young widow left helpless at the side of the road as speeding drunk driver kills her husband. They didn't want to hear my side of the story, did they? Barry hardly said a word the following morning. Nor did I. We were both very awkward, very unsure, very guilty. He had a coffee and left. I think he would have left without the coffee if he could have. But he had it anyway. That was it. I don't think I'll ever see him again. And that's probably for the best. No. I'm sure I won't see him again. So there's no need for you to feel jealous. None at all.
Tonight's players for Guilty by Brian Walsh were as follows. Emma was played by Sophia Harding. Tom, David Huntley. Barry, Richard Harding. Eamon, Bob Dench. And Woman, Cordelia Harding. The cast, crew and creatives for the production were as follows. Producer and director was Richard Harding. Dialogue recording and editing was by Mick Harris. Original music, sound design and audio post-production by John Hicks.